little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, they seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday find that vintage love.
I find when it gets colder, you know, I know you should take care of your skin all the time. I mean, I know that. And I do as much as I can. I sometimes don't do as much as what I should. But when it gets colder, it just seems like I do take better protection of my skin, even though I wear SPF and all of that, but it just seems like I want to coat my skin from the wind. And today, whether it's true or not, I haven't been outside but once with Max, and it didn't seem like it, but who knows once I get into town. It doesn't seem like the wind is blowing, but last night it was blowing like 16 miles an hour. And that may not seem a lot to you, but I could hear it through my windows, and that was a lot to me. So I try to put my, I've shown you this before, it's Bioderm, and it's Pigment Bio. And because I have little brown spots, because I'm a mature woman, and I want not to have little brown spots, so I use this. I'm going to show you several ways that I beat the blues, keep the blues away during this time of the year, because it's Christmas, you know, and it's lovely, and the lights are out there, and everyone's happy, and, you know, but sometimes we just get kind of blue, and we just don't feel it, and we're not, like, in the mood, or we haven't quite got there yet. Maybe that's it. You know, we start in the States so early with Christmas. You know, I remember when I used to work at Cracker Barrel, we would start getting Christmas in August. Honestly, we would get it. We wouldn't put it out. We would put out Halloween in August, but as soon as Halloween was over, or even before, we'd start putting out Christmas. And people would always say, oh my gosh, it's so early. No, it's not. It is never too early to put up a Christmas tree. I have discovered since I've moved to France. It's never too early. Now, it might be not the best thing to keep it up all year, but I just don't think it's too early to put up a Christmas tree. I kind of followed my American roots this year. I put it up way before Thanksgiving, and I'm kind of glad I did, because I'll be talking to you more about that tonight. And I will be showing you why it was a good idea for me to do that. Sneak peek. I changed my way of decorating my tree 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. So, yeah. So it's now December the 6th, and my tree is not completely decorated yet. So, I'm going to see if I can give myself big fat lips this morning. Now, this is just a pencil. It has no protection from the environment at all. So it's very important for me to put on lipstick so it does give some moistness to my lips. Charlotte Tilbury, Clinique, and Charlotte Tilbury. And then I'm using a blush I haven't used in a while called Suede. Now, as you all know, I am not, when it comes to makeup, except for my base makeup, I'm always using Clinique because of my eyes. And I always try to use anything that is very sensitive to my eyes, around my eyes. So Suede works real well for me, but I try not to put too much on because I don't want to look like a clown when I go outside. Let me put on the flat iron. You know, about a month ago, I decided I wanted my hair a different way. I wanted my hair in links, and I wanted my bangs to be, you know, go everywhere, and I wanted my hair in links so it would flow and all of that, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But the one thing about my stylist, and the one thing I absolutely love about her, is she did exactly what I asked for. She gave me exactly what I wanted. Now, was it the best thing? Nope. It wasn't the best thing for me because when it comes to my hair, I just like the same old stuff I've been having for years. Sometimes it's a little longer, sometimes it's a little shorter, sometimes it's highlighted, sometimes it's not. But I like this, but I like it to be one length. So bless her heart, she was having to. In fact, when I texted her and I said, I hate my new hairdo, I'm so sorry. Because my daughter said, Mom, you're going to hate it. I think a little bit more coverage on my lips will be good. Because it is cold today, even though that sun is out. Thank goodness. I'm so thankful for that. But I just want a little bit more coverage on my lips. But anyway, she was so sweet. After about 2 days, she texted me back and she said, how about if I'm there Saturday at noon? And I said, well, you don't have to be here, you know. And she said, no, let me try to straighten it out. Because what had happened is she did exactly what I wanted her to do. And then when she left, I came in here with the scissors. And this was like down to here. And I cut it. And then, of course, I had to cut that side. Well, then I really messed everything up. Really messed everything up. So she came 2 days later and she straightened out what she could. And she was so nice. She didn't say, you shouldn't have done that. She just said nothing. Now I'm going to be going tomorrow to Paris because I'm going to have a meetup at I'm going to Gare de Lyon, and then I'm going to have a meetup at Le Train Bleu. Now, I have no idea how many people are going to show up, if any. But I know one thing, I'm going to have a good time. Doesn't matter, because I love going to Le Train Bleu. I have their cafe latte, Janice. I have their cafe au lait, and I have their cafe au lait, not ole like Spanish, au lait. But that's the one thing that I can get out in French that I can't anything else. When it comes to ordering my decaf coffee, it's, you know, I can get that out in French just like that. Isn't it amazing when you want to get something across to someone that you actually practice it? But I have used it quite a bit. So I'm going to go into Paris tomorrow. But today is mainly for you. Because I know the holidays can be stressful. I'm going to have a great holiday because my daughter's going to come visit me. I'm going to visit her in London for 3 days. And then she's going to come to Paris with the new boyfriend. We'll see. And she's then going to come to Paris, and then we're going to have our dinner on Christmas Day with some friends. They're going to come to my home. I have no idea how many. It doesn't matter. I just want people to come. So anyway, I don't think that one eye looks the same as the other, and I really wish it would. Make sure, folks, when you go to bed, you take off your makeup. I don't think I took off my eye makeup last night. I took everything else off, but I don't think I took off my eye makeup. And that may be why I'm having a little difficulty this morning. One thing my hairstylist did say is because of the winter and because of my hair being so dry and, because of my hair being so dry, I have to put moisturizer on it. And I said, okay, so when I wash my hair. I put the moisturizer. She said, no, you put this moisturizer on it daily. And I said, okay, I will. Because my hair is so dry. And then you get out into the wind and it blows more dry, you know. I don't know if I need a straight. That was another thing. I said, I want my straight bangs back. So let me use the flat iron real quick and see if I can get this to work. I put her to the test. I know that. She probably thinks this crazy American can't make up her mind what she wants. And of course, if any of my stylists see this video in the States, they'll go, yep, now you know what we put up with. That's why we sent it to you. But anyway, I have some hairs not in the right spot, and I don't want to be messing with them all day. And I just saw a little black spot underneath my eye. Now, I have not put on any eyeshadow, and I don't think I will. Unless you think I should. What do you think? Should I or shouldn't I? I don't know. I know one thing. I've got to get these hairs off of me, or they'll drive me nuts. They will drive me nuts. So let me get a little bit more moisture on top, these little flyaways. And then, unfortunately, I'm going to have to spray it. I know that's probably not very good for your hair, but I'm spraying it anyway. May not do any good either once I walk out. Max just moved. He said, woohoo, too much hairspray for me. So I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury with me, and I'm going to take my, I don't think I'll take any cream with me, but I'll take my Charlotte Tilbury with me. And then I'm going to go out and about, and then I'll see you in a few minutes. I got this bag last year at Fortnum & Mason, and I just think it's going to put me in a little bit more of a holiday spirit. The jacket is from Zappa, Paris. I bought it last year when it was on sale for half price, because in Fontainebleau, it's a lovely town, but it's very expensive when it comes to buying clothes. That's why I buy at my friend's place in blue. It isn't that his clothes are cheap, it's just that they're less expensive than what's on the main drag. So my coat came from Zappa Paris. This came from a little boutique in Sens. My pants come from In Blue. My boots are from Tamaris. I don't know if you can see them or not. They're from Tamaris. And my black turtleneck is from Lily Silk. So let's go get recharged by going outdoors. Oh, I forgot one thing. Oh my goodness. My sunglasses. I'm going incognito. Okay, I asked Michael if I could take his picture. Michael does not play any of these instruments, but he does repair them. So if you're listening from France or from Fontainebleau, come and see Michael on Fridays.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now he can't play it.
Because English is in French we said cavalry from it's whole. It's from
Another country.
No, Scotland.
Oh, right, Scotland.
Scotland, yes.
And you blow in that and play?
Yeah, you can.
Now, do you do the repairing?
Oh yes, I fix the violin, cello, everything.
Now, do you play them or just fix them?
No.
I
fix them.
I fix them. I used to play the cello when I was a kid.
If I try to play, everybody
would leave. That's the way I feel about singing.
What do you compose?
Again.
Okay, so you could select all the different parts of vegetables, And this is special flavor because you have rice and soja flavor.
Is it flour?
Flour? Yeah, rice and soja.
All right.
So it's very light, you know?
And then you put all the ingredients?
Yeah, all the ingredients.
And then you bake it in the oven?
Exactly.
Oh, merci. Okay, so you buy one of these.
Oui.
And then how do you get it back to where it was? Oh, look at that. Magic. And then you just keep stringing it, and then it's a purse. Ah, Madame. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Do you make them?
Oui.
Oui? And your name?
Sandrine.
This is the beautiful Hotel Napoleon. I come here about every 2 months to get a facial, and then this has been my most favorite place now to get hot chocolate. So I'm going to walk up these stairs and have the most fabulous morning and have some hot chocolate. And thank you for the wonderful lady behind me that's taking this video. I'm going to show you the bar. And then I'll just do a whole 360. They're getting ready for the lunch. And then I'm going to sit in the bar and have some hot chocolate and talk to you. How about that? I hope you don't mind. Well, if you do, I'm still going to have hot chocolate. Bonjour, madame.
S'il vous plaît, attendez pour le...
Je voudrais hot chocolate.
Un chocolat? Oui.
Oui?
D'accord.
Exquisite sugar bowl, right? But since I've lost weight, I'm going to continue being good and use my sugar, even though I do wish I had a sugar bowl like this. It's so elegant. Sometimes it's okay to be elegant. You know, sometimes we're in a hurry and we drive through Starbucks. I never really sat down in Starbucks unless I had a meeting with someone or someone wanted to meet there maybe once a year for Christmas just to get to talk. So this is a real treat for me. And that's another thing about Christmas, holidays. Treat yourself. Because sometimes that's what we end up having to do when we get to a certain age. You know, when we're young, we've got this group of friends around us all the time, and we're always planning and doing. There's someone's birthday, or there's someone getting married, or someone getting engaged, or someone having a baby. There's always something going on. But then when you get older, more mature, people move away, people move in with their children, people get ill. So sometimes you have to make your own happiness. And I know it isn't easy. I didn't say it was. So I just want to encourage you. Oh my goodness, look, they gave me the cutest, daintiest little cookie. This is what I love about French sweets. They don't overpower with the sweet. That was wonderful. No, I know I'm on a diet, but I'm not turning that down. I went to the church a while ago, and I lit a candle. I got a little weepy-eyed because a lot of my friends and family are gone. But I wanted to let you know that I lit that candle not only for me, but for the Bills and the Bobs and the Mary and the Sherrys and the Davids and the Johns and the Steves and the Gales and the Michaels, and all the other people that you've lost this year, that I've lost this year, and over the years. That candle's for all of us. And you may say, Janice, well, you're sounding a little maudlin there. I think the word is reflection. I'm reflecting a lot right now. I'm in a beautiful hotel. No one's around me, and I can just say what I want. And not only that, I don't have a dog that's going to bark. And I don't have a cat that's going to be chased. It's rather peaceful. I know, but I have to put Christmas presents back there, darling. You can't just lay back there all the time. You know it? Okay, there. Now, you want to go back there and lay down? Okay. Oh, I swear, I have tried to work on this tree for 3 weeks now. I mean, I've had it up way before Thanksgiving. I've changed it at least 4 times, almost as many times as I change clothes during the day. And it just doesn't seem to be going the way I want it to go. Maybe I need to put this there. Thank you, Max, for not chasing the cat. I do appreciate that. Let the cat have a little privacy. I don't like this. I had at first an idea that I was going to do blue and gold. And then I bought some ribbon, and the ribbon was blue and silver. So I had to take all that ribbon off. I bought gold ribbon. Now I'm trying to put it in, and I had these little gold ornaments that I really like. But I'm trying to put them in some kind of a pattern. Kitty, Leave the tree alone, honey. So I'll be with you in just one moment. I want to see what this is going to look like. I've enjoyed the lights on my tree because they came with the tree. I brought it up from the storage below. And see, I like it with the gold and then the gold little ornaments. I don't like that there. I don't know where I want that, maybe down here. This is an ornament Jennifer's had since she was 4. And it isn't breakable. So if the cat decides she wants to kind of tap the little bauble down there, then she can. But I like the gold. That needs to be turned around. I wanted it like this, and then Jennifer said, Mom, all those ornaments I brought you last year that we've always had on our family tree, where are they? And I said, oh, they'll be there. So I'm going to put some ribbon, a little bit more ribbon, not much, and then I'm going to put all of her Christmas little ornaments that we've had since she was little. Max? Kitty, kitty, no, 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 no. So I'm gonna sit down in front of my little fireplace and talk to you. I was sitting here a while ago and I was wrapping presents, and I hate to wrap presents. I don't know about you, but I hate wrapping presents. But my dog decided that since I like to use gift bags, that while I'm sleeping at night, he would get the gift bag, go in there and get it in his little teeth, and he shakes it. So I can't do gift bags anymore unless they're way in the back and he can't get to them. So I was decorating the tree, and then I got to thinking about gifts, and I'm through buying. Thank goodness I'm through buying. So, but I got to thinking about gifts and this time of the year, and how sometimes, you know, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be rude. You know, the whole meaning of Christmas to Christians is the birth of Christ. And then we take it further with the gifts that we get for our children and our grandchildren and our cousins and our aunts and our mothers and our fathers and our dogs and our cats and all that kind of stuff. But as I was doing the wrapping this morning, I thought, you know what? Not everyone has a Hallmark Christmas. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and haven't talked to her in a long time. She lives in Oklahoma. And she said, Janice, I just don't have the money this year to buy for my grandkids. And I said, well, maybe just write them a nice Christmas card, you know, and start a new tradition. You know, tell them something that happened when you were young, and they may not appreciate it this moment, but they will in later years. So, you know, sometimes we don't have the money to do what we want to do, but maybe we can think of other traditions, other ways to make people's lives happy. And also, when we make other people happy, we make our own selves happy. You know, this is a time of the year that possibly even children that are now grown adults had trauma, you know, in their lives when they were a child. I know I read an article the other day that this woman says that she thinks every Christmas about her dad dying, like 3 days before Christmas, and Christmas just isn't a good time for her. And then I remember years ago, I worked with a woman, and her mom was killed on Christmas Eve, coming to her house to have the Christmas party. And she said, Janice, we never celebrated Christmas Eve after that. Now, I don't know now, because that's been, you know, eons, long time ago, but people are traumatized by what happened to them, you know, in early years and later years. And Christmas sometimes isn't what we want it to be, what the advertisers on TV want it to be, and what the influencers want it to be. I have 2 or 3 influencers that I watch. They're in the UK, and they are starting the Vlogmas, and I love it. I am so hooked. I want a Vlogmas. I want to come down that staircase in that flowing dress and light the candle and be lit up by candlelight, and my dog behind me and my cat in the chair. And I just think, oh my gosh, I love all that. It's so wonderful. And maybe I will do that next year. I was at the Latrine Blue yesterday. I had a meetup with some girls, and they said, Janice, you don't want to be like everybody else. And I said, yes, I do. I do that one part. I want to be like everybody else. I want to have that country estate look and that coming down the spiral staircase, and hoping I don't trip, and just have my day of Vlogmas and let it be an introduction. But I don't know. I'm sorry for itching so much. I think I have glitter or hair or something on my face. But anyway, you know, sometimes Christmas sucks, unfortunately, for a lot of people. So if you're one of those that are really suffering this Christmas, please try to pick up the phone and call someone that you also know that could be suffering, or maybe pick up the phone and call that friend that you haven't spoken to in over a year, and or that child or that aunt or uncle. A lot of times the acts that we do that we think are making us feel better really end up making someone else feel better. So I know it's not always great. I know after Steve died, Christmas was just never the same. Yes, we had Christmas, and yes, we had presents, and yes, we had the decorating of the trees and all of that, but it just never was the same for me. Now for Jennifer, I don't know. I can't speak for her, but I still put up all the old decorations for her. I kind of wanted this year to kind of have my own tree and kind of move forward with my own style. But I think she had other intentions. So she wants me to continue putting up her childhood ornaments, and I will for a while. But you know, sometimes we just have to kind of do what we need to do. And sometimes I just need to get outside. I need to get some fresh air, get out of my head. You know, sometimes I've got so much going on here that if I get outside and I see a little bit of nature and I meet people that I know, and I get out of my head and get into the idea that, you know, maybe I don't have it so bad. Maybe getting outside, really, I need to see other people and enjoy other people and smile at other people and talk to other people. Yesterday, I went into, as I mentioned, Latrine Blue, and I met I met one woman that I had never met before. She's lovely, lovely, and I'm going to put the pictures on the end of the video. And then a young girl that came with her aunt, and Deanna and her husband I met a couple of years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago. Lovely, lovely, lovely lady, and I'll tell you about her in another video. And then I met Patricia. Patricia and I went to the Tuileries Garden last year and went to we rode the Ferris wheel, and we froze to death because I didn't dress accordingly, as always. In fact, yesterday after I met the women at Latrine Blue, I only had like a nice little cape around me. And I got into town and had to run some errands, and I think the temperature dropped 20 degrees. I'm not kidding you. It got cold. And you know, I've had this, well, you may not know, but I've had this one camel coat on layaway at In Blue, and my favorite place to shop in Fontainebleau. And I walked in and I was being pretty pitiful. And I said, I really walked in because I wanted to warm up, because I know he's got a chair in there. And I walked in and I said, do you know of anyone around here that sells coats to people that are cold? And he said, do you want your coat? And I said, no, I have one more payment and I'm going to pay it on Wednesday. And he said, no, you can take your coat now. He let me take it home today. He helped me put it on, and I even got a picture of Instagram. And it's so cute, and I loved it. And then I thought, you know what, Janice, you deserve gifts too. So if you are a mature woman like I am, and maybe you don't have a lot of people around you, find a way not to be lonely this Christmas. Don't let those Christmas blues haunt you. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're not going to make a difference in your life, but when they do get in your head, try to push them away and do something for someone else, and that'll make you feel good too. Speaking of doing something for someone else, I want to talk to you today about 2 items. People like Bethany Frankel, I have to admit, my favorite, Lydia Millen Gordon, I just know that they're just, no wonder they have to have a staff of people, because probably they get offers every day. Will you try this? Here's a new dress, here's a new this, here's a new ring, here's some new jewelry. Will you try it? Will you tell us what all that? And I get those about 7 or 8 times a week. And usually they're items that you and I would not wear, or you and I at this mature age really don't have any use for. I got one the other day about an electric bicycle, and I said, I don't think so. Number one, I live in France. I don't think you want to ship your bicycle all the way to France. But number 2, I'd be scared to death to get on a bicycle. And I don't know how many of you out there would ride an electric bicycle. If you would, let me know underneath the comments if you would. But I'm not doing it. So usually when I say, yes, I will do this, I will try this, that I really do mean it, and it's something that maybe I've been having in the back of my head. Now, you know that I put up new wallpaper and new paint and all of that, and then I had my kitchen done. And I finally had someone come over the other day, and they put up my little shelves. I mean, this has really been a process, ladies, a long process. And I've been looking for a picture to go in my kitchen because I don't have blue in my kitchen, it's white. But since my dining room is right next to my kitchen, I want to bring in a little bit of blue and yellow. And I had been on Etsy, and I thought, I'll just look for something. And I ran across Jan, and she's with European Graphics, and she absolutely blew me away. I asked her a question. Within 2 minutes, I got an answer back. You talk about customer service, and it didn't end there. They are a wonderful company. They have prints. They will frame for you. You don't have to get them framed. You can get them on hard stock. You can do whatever you want to with them when you find the print you want. So I just went through all the prints, and I found this one. And I said, oh my gosh, I love this one. And I talked to her about it, and I asked her about the size. I don't know if you can see it or not. Is that better? And then I have a little lemon candle that sits next to it. And so I never did get back to her because something else happened. And so about a month later, she wrote me and she said, Janice, she said, would you like to have that picture? She said, because I loved you and I loved watching your YouTube and your enthusiasm. And I think we'd like to gift you one of the pictures that you wanted, the little one for your kitchen. And then if you want another one, doesn't matter what size, we'll gift you that too. All you have to do is be very honest about our service. And I am telling you, when I received this, and I had asked for it to be framed, kind of a country frame, this is what she sent me. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Then, not to stop there, I said, I really need a new picture in my blue dining room because my apartment was furnished, of course, with mirrors and paintings and things like that. Not paintings, but prints. And the print that I had in there had a little bit of pink, and it really didn't go with this. But then also I had to be very careful what I put on that wall not to go against this wallpaper. So I thought, okay, what I'll do is I'll take my mirror that is horizontal, put it on the larger wall, and then I got this. Hang on, let me show you. Oh my goodness, let me see if I can get it. Is this not gorgeous? I know it looks bigger than me, but remember, it goes on a big wall. Is that not gorgeous? Look at that. And see the blue? Perfect, perfect. And I had a blue frame. Now, I don't know if I'll keep the blue frame or not. I'll have to live with it and see what I think. But it came absolutely wrapped with the bubble wrap so that everything was intact. They kept up with it. They knew exactly where it was. She would email me and say it's going to be there in 1 day, or 2 days, then it's going to be there in 1 day. It wasn't like I had to check and see where it was going to be. It wasn't like I had to worry about whether I was going to get it the next day. She did all of that for me. And then on the back, they put all the hardware on it for me. So I could use a wire and use these 2 pieces, or I can use what I have already up that my landlord has because I don't want to poke any more holes in the wall. So it came with hardware. But isn't that gorgeous? I mean, absolutely, it looks just like, well, I don't think you could tell it apart from a piece of art that wasn't a print. But anyway, I'm very happy with that. So I'm going to leave all the descriptions. Jan was wonderful to work with. Customer service is perfect. If you think it's dead, if you think customer service has gone out the window, this place has customer service. So anyway, speaking of customer service, Jan emailed me the other day and she said, Janice, if your followers will put in Janice in France, they get 10% off. Okay, that's good. But they're running a special right now that you can get 20% off. So you can get 20% off plus Janice in France, another 10%. That's 30%, folks. Now that's what I call a deal. So the next offer I received was an offer for an ultra human ring. And I know you've seen me wear it. And you're supposed to wear it on this finger because it has something to do with the vein and all kinds of stuff. I'll tell you about it in just a minute. And I thought, yeah, I would like to try that. I've been wanting to try that because I know a lot of people use it to track, you know, their periods and stuff like that because they're trying to get pregnant and that kind of thing. So I really didn't know that much about it. So I thought, yeah, I'll try it. Well, what they did was they sent me this little box. And by the way, you can get it in titanium. Let me read it. Black, Aster Black, Matte Gray, Space Silver, or Bionic Gold. And I got it in, of course, Bionic Gold. Those are the different colors. And it comes with a box. And I'm going to have to hold it up because if not, they'll all fall out. Do you see that? That was sent to me so that I could find out what size of ring I wore. So I knew I didn't wear a size 14, and I knew I didn't wear that, and then all of a sudden, that one fit. So all I had to do was not have to worry about sending this back or anything. All I had to do was email them, and they would send me my ring. And it comes with a cute little square station that it plugs into your USB so you can charge it. Now let me tell you what this little ring can do. When I wake up in the mornings, I have an app and it tells me my REM sleep. It tells me my temperature during the night. What difference does body temperature? Body temperature can tell if you're stressed. I didn't know that. It tells me how my breathing was affected during the night. And before I do my Pilates, I always check in and it will give me a recovery time after my Pilates. This little ultra human ring is absolutely ultra human. It will give me the beats of my heart. Like for instance, my resting beats when I'm just laying there not doing anything. Maybe I'm watching TV and maybe I'm thinking my heart skipped a beat or I'm having maybe a little anxiety or something. I'll go and I'll look on the app and I'll go, no, it's fine. Your heart's fine, you know. And then I absolutely love it. And I would say, you know, if you can, if you think you could use something like that, I would use it. The Ultra Human Ring, they send those little rings to you, plastic rings. You try on what you want, you email them back, and then they send you the ring. I have one more thing. Now, this was not gifted to me. These are not ads that I'm getting paid for. These are just items that I liked that I got myself for Christmas. Now, you remember every year, Teddy Blake sends me a purse. Last year when I got to London, I had a Teddy Blake purse because they send them in the United States. They don't send them to France anymore. And I think a lot of it is because the customs and the price and all of that. But anyway, they send me one every year. And last year, I got the red one. Now, this year, they're sending me a black one because I don't really have a black nice purse. And they've already sent it to Jennifer, so when I meet Jennifer in London, I'll get it. But what I wanted to tell you about Teddy Blake is, I believe from the 17th on to Christmas, if you order a purse or a coin purse or a billfold or whatever you want to order from Teddy Blake, there's possibly a special little package that will be sent to you. So if you've been thinking, well, this is my year to get me a Teddy Blake, this might be your year. So from the 17th of December on, they're going to have that. So I've talked to you what I got myself for Christmas. I haven't told you what I got Max for Christmas because he's here and he might hear it. But as soon as I get him groomed and he looks like a dog instead of a sheep, I'm going to put on a new little sweater I bought for him. And for Kitty, I just get her little food. That's all she wants. She's not very needy. She just needs a little spot underneath the Christmas tree so she can get away from him. And she likes to be underneath the lights. She always has. Last year, of course, was our last year with Buster. And Buster and Kitty always got underneath the Christmas tree. I always made them a little area underneath the Christmas tree to go, and that's where I don't know whether it's the light that eats them or whether they just enjoy the light or what, but this one has so much hair, it wouldn't matter to him. But I want to tell you, I know it can be a tough time, but I want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, I wish you the best Christmas. I wish you a good Christmas. I wish you a safe Christmas. And then if you really are suffering and maybe that you've lost someone or you're grieving and you need someone to talk to, email me. I may not get back to you within 3 seconds, but I'll get back to you on the email and we can set up a time and talk. I don't care if I have a whole room full of people here, which I am December 25th. That's my way of not being lonely. I want people to come to my home that do not have to be alone for Christmas, and that means I don't have to be alone for Christmas. And you say, well, Janice, wait a minute. Jennifer and the new boyfriend's coming. Yes, they are. But who knows? They may not be here next year. She may be starting a family in a couple of years. I don't know. She may not want to come to Paris every year to see Mom. Maybe she wants to come when it's not so cold. I don't know. But I do know that I've already started hosting people in my home so that I'm not lonely and they're not lonely. So it doesn't matter if I have people at my home. It doesn't matter if Jen and Axel and I are opening our gifts Christmas Eve. I will get back to you. I promise. Because I know that Christmas Eve and Christmas Day can really be bad. So I'll have some more Christmas videos. In fact, I hope if I can squeeze it in between all the activities that Jen and I are going to sit down and do a little video for you about what she got for Christmas and what we did in London and this and that. So hopefully that'll be fun. And I can't wait to go to London to see her. And London is magical at Christmas. I think London is more magical than Paris. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said it. But I do. I think London is more magical than Paris. Although I love Paris at Christmas. Not saying I don't. But London, there's just something about London. Maybe it's because my kid's there. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just because my kid is there. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. And just wanted to let you know that Christmas can bring on those blues, but we certainly can do some things to get rid of them. So my advice to you, call that friend, get out of that apartment, get out of that house, get out of your head, call someone on the phone, do something for someone else, and it'll come back tenfold to you, I promise. Okay, everyone, I'm not going to say Merry Christmas because it's not Merry Christmas time yet. It's only the 8th of December. Yes, but I only have 10 days to get my house ready and get packed and ready to go to London to see my kid. So I'll sign off now and say, as always, I appreciate it. Click below and subscribe if you haven't. Please, please, please. I need my little numbers to come up. I need YouTube to say, yes, there's a mature woman out there living in France by herself. And this is how she handles things. And share if you know of someone that might be having a tough Christmas this year. I'd appreciate that. And leave a comment if you want. I had 173 comments on my last little video that I did. And I had over 7,000 views. So this time, I'm going to try to get it to 10,000 views. And 300 comments. Maybe I can get 300 comments. And you know, I read every one of them and I answer them. There's not a team behind Janice that I know of. Mary Grace does the editing. She does no answering. It's just me. So I always answer, and I answer as well as I think I can. And some people I just say, email me and we'll talk about it there. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I appreciate you and I love you.
A little different
Au revoir.
than